Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Lunch and Learn. And yeah, I think you can kind of see what's missing here. The beautiful blonde, Vanessa Hunter, the ever intelligent marketer, our chief strategy officer. Vanessa Hunter is off enjoying herself with her husband in another country. And I'm happy for her today. I wish she was here because she's my rock, but that's okay. I think I'll survive without her today, right? And Natalie Joe, how are you? Good to see you. And Marie Benoit, good to see you as well. Yep, I'm getting the solo. You guys are getting the solo tour today, which is going to be fun, right? Gail, good to see you as well. Thank you for showing up, everybody. Love to know what you're having for lunch today because I'm starving right now, and you guys know I'm a foodie for sure. So anyway, let me know what's going on for lunch in your world, even if you've already had lunch. Extra bonus points for tacos, by the way. I know it's not Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Wednesday. It's taco day every day. So just let me know what you're having for lunch. Listen, today we're going to talk about the Nearest Neighbor campaign that was recently released in our Unleashed series of technology. So really getting excited about that. Well, awesome, Marie Benoit, chicken salad, perfect on a croissant. And there's no better way to have chicken salad than on a croissant. And a Facebook user saying it's Whiskey Wednesday. I love this Facebook user. I wish he'd go register with StreamYard so I know who it is. But, Whiskey Wednesday is pretty cool. I'm liking that. Not that I can drink whiskey on Wednesdays normally. But anyway, yep, ham and cheese on a multi-grain. That always sounds good too. Awesome stuff. Listen, folks, let's go ahead and get started with this Lunch and Learn. We're already about 2 minutes into this. And we're going to talk about, this Nearest Neighbor campaign that we just released not too long ago and why we released it. And I'm actually just going to go show you how the whole thing works because I think that's key, don't you? Let's take a quick peek. So using the Nearest Neighbor technology. Now, I want to explain what the technology is really quickly so everybody's got a good idea of what we're even talking about. The Nearest Neighbor automation, how does it work? It works like this. As you can see right here, the Johnson's house. This is your customer. And we're pretending right now that, we're doing landscaping and representing this landscaping company. And the landscaping company did a job at the Johnson's house or is going to do a job at the Johnson's house. And all of these cards say, I wonder why the grass is always greener at the Johnson's house. And on the back of the card, it gives an explanation that they were there doing the work to make that landscaping look fantastic. So that's why we have this Nearest Neighbor technology. It's really to introduce your company to the surrounding homes, the 5 nearest homes to the home where you did the work. So, you got to start thinking about, are you a painter? Are you a handyman? Are you a plumber, a landscaper? Are you one of those businesses that would easily identify with a neighbor of your customer when you finished a job? Because that's kind of the idea around this. The idea is to just send a postcard out to those 5 nearest neighbors that says, hey, we just finished a job at the Johnson's house. If you like their front yard, call us too. Hey, we just finished a job at the Johnson's house. We did handyman service and replaced their bathroom floor. If you'd like your bathroom floor replaced, we'd love to help you too. Lots of ways to use this, but I really want to get into the technology itself and how it works. So I'm going to just kind of stop sharing this screen and I'm going to start sharing another screen, which really is the Mailbox Power system, right? And that's what we want to kind of share and go take a peek at right now. So I'm going to make this a little bit different here so I can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so here it is. This is the Mailbox Power system. And in the Mailbox Power system on the left, it says automations, right? You see this? And I click on automations. And this is where I find everything to do. These are all my current automations and how they, what's going on. And you can see there's lots of them, a few of them paused, but these are all of my automations. Now, you can also see that these are drips, right? And here's an event one. There's a birthday one, but I only have one neighbor one, and that was a test one, but I'm going to rebuild that right now. So it says install an automation. We don't want to do that. There's tutorials here, just in case you ever get tripped up on any of these. Look, here's one, how to create a nearest neighbor automation. And let me tell you what, Brenda Sanchez does a great job in this 4-minute video of sharing with you how to set up a nearest neighbor automation and execute on it as well, which is what I'm going to show you right now. This Lunch and Learn might be the shortest Lunch and Learn of the month, probably by a long shot, but I'm going to show you. We're going to click on the create a new automation. Okay. And as you can see, we have a drip automation, an event automation, a birthday automation, anniversary automation, and the nearest neighbor automation. When I click that, I need to go give it a name, right? So let's see, lunch and learn nearest neighbor. Perfect. Okay. So I've got a name for it. I click create the new automation. And here I am. I need to add a shipment now. So I'm going to add a shipment and I'm going to put first postcard. If I can spell right. It's one of those days, isn't it? Postcard, perfect. So first postcard, awesome. It goes out immediately. That's what I want it to do. And you have to have a saved project already done. And I'm going to come up here and I'm working on the handyman business today, right? So I went and created this card. And we should probably take a peek at this card. And what does it say? Yeah, we will be at your neighbor's home, the last names, next week. Call for a free estimate that includes a discount. So that's what's being called out on the front of this postcard that are going to the 5 nearest neighbors. And this is presuming that you booked a job, you're a handyman service, and you want to tell all the neighbors around there that you're doing a job. So maybe you could save some money on travel expenses to and from a job site. And that's kind of what this whole thing's about. So I've got this handyman card in here, right? So I click Save Shipment. Now, folks, this automation is all but done. All I have to do is come over here and go activate automation and click yes. And this is a done deal. This is an active automation now. Now, how would I enroll somebody in this automation? How would I make it work? How would I make it, how would I make those 5 cards get sent out? And to make something work, to make an automation work, you have to add somebody to the right appropriate group. And right here, Lunch and Learn, nearest neighbor, automation, I click Manage Recipients. And when I get to Manage Recipients, I have a couple of options. I can enroll a group or a mailing list, which I don't want to do right now. But what I do want to do is I want to enroll a contact. So I click Enroll a Contact. And I come over here and I just, well, let me see here. All right, I'll just search for me, my last name, right? No. I want, sure. One sec here. Okay, we'll use this one right here. I just check the box, right? And enroll in automation. And that's it, folks. I mean, this person, my son Chase, is now enrolled in this automation. So what's going to happen is it uses Chase's address, which is my customer, and it sends those 5 automations to, or the 5 postcards to the 5 nearest neighbors of this address. That's pretty much it. I mean, not rocket science, right? I mean, really, really simple to set up this automation and make it work. Like I said, this wasn't going to take a lot of time today to talk about the nearest neighbor automation because it really is a simple automation. It's more about who is this thing for, right? Who should be using this automation? And really, service businesses are probably number one. And I'm also going to ask this today. Listen, we've created a lot of technology. And when we create the technology, what it gets you, what it was planned to be used for and what it gets used for sometimes are 2 entirely different things. So I would love it if you users out there would put your thinking cap on for me and start to think about, well, how would I use a nearest neighbor in my business? What would I use this nearest neighbor campaign for? And I'd love to hear from some of you that are not in a service-based business. I mean, we really did kind of design it for these service-based businesses. A brand new garage door on somebody's house, is certainly going to be noticeable. Landscaping is going to be noticeable. Handyman services are going to be noticeable. There's lots of those service businesses that are going to be really noticeable, which makes them highly susceptible to needing a nearest neighbor campaign and using it effectively. I think, a couple things that you should know. That we have this list builder tool. This nearest neighbor does not pull across the first name, so you can't use first name. You would want to use last name, and the last name is of the person, right, that you're using, that was your customer, and it puts their last name in there. So one of those caveats that you probably should know about, that the last name doesn't work there. But let me tell you, folks, this is amazing technology. And when you really stop and think about a realtor using this and sending a card saying, I just listed your neighbor's home, the X's home. Would you like to know more, about, the sale price, or the more about this offering? I think there's lots of uses for it. I just don't know what they are. And I'm not going to figure it out, I don't think, for quite some time, until we get other people who have really kind of understood what the technology is, how it works, and how they can deploy it within their own business genre. Anyway, folks, it's a really it's a complex technology that, my partners, Justin and Jerry, have made very easy to use, and that's the key to everything, right? Is it easy to use? Because if it's not, that would be a problem, and we certainly don't want that kind of problem going on. That is for sure. Anyway, it's been quite fun to share this technology with you today. I do believe in what we have to offer, and using the nearest neighbor technology could really help your business tremendously. So if you've got a customer, you've got somebody, a friend who is in a service business that you think could use this nearest neighbor technology, please plug them in. You saw what it took to put it together. I literally used one of the free card designs for a handyman right out of our design catalog. I made a few adjustments to the headline, including the last name of the customer, so the neighbors would understand who it was, and really just simple to do. It took me all of what you watched. We're 11 minutes into this thing, and I've been yakking for 6 of them. So it probably took me a whole 3 to 4 minutes to put that whole thing together and be done with it. Folks, we have an easy system to use. Direct mail works. I really I'm asking you to just go use it, have fun with it, and let us know what your successes are. That's what we need to know at corporate. Sometimes we just don't hear everything, and really, folks, that is the deal. Now, I do want to answer one burning question, because it happens often. And Joseph, thanks for asking the question, because everybody's asked that question. The technology works using latitude and longitude. And getting 5 addresses using latitude and longitude was tricky enough. But we haven't figured out how to make it 10 or 50 or 100 or any other number but 5. So 5 is it right now. It's 5. That's how many we can contact as far as nearest neighbors. And really, I want you to stop and think about this. Of your whole neighborhood, your whole block, how many people do you really know their names? It's probably the 5 nearest neighbors. I know my neighbors, pretty much 2 on each side and a couple across the street, but that's pretty much about it. So think about it. That's one of those things you got to constantly consider is, who do I know in my neighborhood, and who do most people know? Well, it's their nearest neighbors, their 5 nearest neighbors, which makes a lot of sense in this scenario. And listen, folks, if we can increase that in the future, we will. But it is technology, and it is complex technology that we've been able to deploy for you. We hope you get to leverage this in your business. We hope it brings you many new customers and many new phone calls that you've never gotten before. That's what we're after. That's what our heart does. Our heart wants you to win. We really want to see you win with new customers and using the mailbox. The efficacy of the mailbox is known. It's been documented, and it's a wonderful place to play. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for your time today. I know it's your most valuable asset. This has been a 13-minute and 37-second Lunch and Learn, probably the shortest on record, but fear not. My partner in crime will be back next week, Vanessa Hunter, and we will be back to it. And let's see. Oh boy, next week we're talking about direct sales. Oh, that's good stuff. Direct sales. Yes. Vanessa will bring her A game for that one for sure. Anyway, folks, have a great day. I really appreciate you spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, and have a